6:22, time now for Deep Thoughts. You know, about 2 weeks ago now in Deep Thoughts, we took a look at when rainy season would start to settle in, what conditions had to be met for rainy season to settle in. And so what we talked about was the fact that we still had a few fronts to work their way through. So let's sort of recap that. There are really three things that need to happen for our rainy season pattern to fully establish itself. You have to get to the part of the year where temperatures each and every afternoon, especially inland, are in the 90s. We've obviously been dealing with that every day here this week across southwest Florida. But you need deep tropical moisture to go with that warmth, to sort of move in and lock in. And we definitely had that the past couple of days, yesterday in particular. But you also need fronts to stop moving through. Fronts like we're seeing here moving in as we speak that wipe out that tropical moisture and sort of reset everything and force you to try to build it back up, as we'll try to over the next couple of days. But go ahead and take graphics full, guys. We go to the BAM from here. This is that rainy season pattern that produces those storms each and every day. You get those 90s inland, and the water temperatures in the Gulf of Mexico, they don't change all that much each and every day. Numbers right now still in the 80s, so that difference in temperature forces this sort of circulation that occurs. Inland push to that cooler Gulf of Mexico water leads to some upward motion in the atmosphere, and each and every afternoon and evening during our rainy season, we see those thunderstorms bubble up that can produce some locally very heavy rainfall. Actually, yesterday, by all accounts, was a pretty typical rainy season day. We didn't see the rain on our side of the state, but that's because we had an onshore component to our wind, which pushed that sea breeze all the way out towards the east coast. But there you go. Widespread thunderstorms got going on the eastern side of Florida on that sea breeze boundary. This, again, looked like the beginning of our rainy season pattern, but temporary, because, as we've talked about at length here this morning, here comes a cold front set to move in. The tropical moisture, the fuel for those rainy season thunderstorms, being erased as we speak. We get dry air to work its way back in. It's going to feel much less humid. It's going to be a nice weekend with that, but it is going to shut down the chances for any of those rainy season thunderstorms. It's going to take a couple of days before we mix that back out and watch the tropical moisture work back in. But by Monday, and especially Tuesday and Wednesday, I do think we're getting back to it. We get that humidity to work in, and this is the American or the GFS forecast model. It shows, starting Wednesday afternoon in particular, a pulse of rainfall, thunderstorm activity, perhaps even on our side of the state here in southwest Florida. Thursday, sea breeze further inland, but there again is your afternoon pulse of rain and thunderstorms. So I think we have at least 2 days of that rainy season pattern next week before things change a little bit again, at least on this model. Doesn't show much on Friday, doesn't show much on Saturday. Why is that? Well, because that model is showing yet another front trying to work its way in here. Now, I don't think that's locked in just yet. Some models show that front staying to our north, but yes, we definitely have that front moving through now, and there's a chance Friday into next Saturday, another front moves in and sort of stalls us out from really locking in that rainy season pattern. So when will it establish ourselves? Well, let's make some more casts. If you are a frequent viewer here at More in the Morning, you know I've been doing this for about a year now. More casts, I aim to sort of go beyond the 7-day forecast. It's an easy yes or no answer to the more casts I make, and my goal is at the end of the year to hold an 80% accuracy rate. And good news with the April set of more casts. I hit all three, meaning my accuracy is now at 83%. Yeah. All right. I'm going to push that to 90, though, this year.
All right.
That's my sort of
You got this, Jim.
internal goal. Shoot for the stars, you know? Well, anyway, here's the main forecast. Fort Myers, I do think that the monthly low we see here in May is going to be tomorrow morning, thanks to this cold front. While we could get that second front to move in, it's not going to be nearly as strong, not going to cool us down. 2 or less fronts through the rest of the month. And with that, I think we sort of hold things off for at least a little bit, but I do think we fully establish that rainy season pattern by the time we get to the 3rd week of May. That's it for Deep Thoughts here for today. If you have questions for me for future segments, all you got to do, reach out. Send me an email, jim.dickey@abc-7.com. You can always reach out on Facebook as well.